This week has brought a dramatic shift in U.S. policy, with President Trump bypassing European allies and announcing his own plans to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. During a news conference at the White House yesterday, the president explained that it's not yet clear what that deal might look like.
As far as the negotiation, it's too early to say what's going to happen. Maybe Russia will give up a lot, maybe they won't, and it's all dependent on what is going to happen.
I want to bring in Yevheniia Kravchuk now to talk more about this. She is a member of the Ukrainian Parliament, joining us from Munich. First, I want to get your reactions to those comments by President Trump.
Well, first of all, we are thankful for the efforts coming from the United States and Trump's administration in finding a way to secure a long-lasting peace for Ukraine. And that's a very important thing. We're not just seeking a ceasefire. After, few years, Russia can rebuild, get more people, and will attack Ukraine again, and it will be all over coming back. So we need to have a just and long-lasting peace. And as we see, the details of this possible plan are yet to be discovered. And today in Munich, there will be meetings between President Zelensky and the Ukrainian delegation, and also delegation of the United States, but also allies in Europe. And that's key point on our mind, that we need to have a common position among the allies. And this position should be strong, because if it's the peace through strength, we have to be as allies very strong and to show and to send the signal to Putin. I don't know if you covered this information, what happened during the night. Russians attacked with a drone a nuclear power plant station in Chernobyl. You probably heard the name Chernobyl. It's the biggest technological catastrophe in the world. Thanks God there's no radiation out, but this is a terrorist act. And it clearly shows that actually Putin is not seeking a peace, obviously.
No, we certainly did cover that this hour and earlier. I'm wondering, since you say you want a just peace coming out of these talks in Munich, what specifically do you want to see established as what Europe and the U.S. agrees on? Because President Trump has said in recent interviews Ukraine may be part of Russia someday, and that perhaps, minerals from the disputed region, funds will be headed toward the U.S. What do you want to see come out of these talks?
Well, first of all, Ukraine had been fighting for its independence, not just these years, but for hundreds of years, and we're not given this independence this easily. We do not want to be part of Russia for sure. We're different, we're Ukrainians, not Russians. About the just peace, Ukraine needs security guarantees. Ukrainian people need to understand that they can raise children. My daughter is 11 years old. It's actually the age of the invasion of 2014. So there is a generation of kids that never seen anything but aggression from Russian Federation. But we want to have a future for these kids. We want to be part of European Union. And of course, we want investments, and we want to rebuild Ukraine. And we do want to help people that are on the occupied territories. I really fear, a member of parliament, I was elected by people, I really fear for their fate on the occupied territories. This is a sort of a black hole with no human rights, with no justice, no courts. People are being tortured there just for having a Ukrainian flag or not given Ukrainian passport. That's also a thing we have to think about.
Can Russia be trusted? And what do you tell your daughter about her future in Ukraine?
Russia cannot be trusted. Russia speaks, Russia lies. That's a rule we have to remember. And I tell my daughter, her name is Victoria, so I do feel in victory, and I do hope that victory will come, that she has a European future, and Ukraine is a European country. And if this fight for freedom, is so important for other allies, those who call themselves democratic countries, we will have support, and we will not be left alone.
Yevheniia Kravchuk, a member of the Ukrainian Parliament, we appreciate your time joining us from Munich today.